Are foreign buyers the problem with Canadian real estate? Justin Trudeau and the Liberal government have announced that they are implementing a 2-year ban on foreign buyers in Canada. But will this do anything to help the insane prices that Canadians are facing when they try to buy a home? Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland says this: "We will make the market fairer for Canadians. We will prevent foreign investors from parking their money in Canada by buying up Canadian homes." Where is this all coming from? Are foreign investors in Canada really a problem? In my mind, this started way back in 2016. At that time, we had large amounts of investors from overseas, mostly from mainland China, buying sight unseen properties in Canada as a place to hide and protect their money. There was a lot of pressure to rapidly get their money out of mainland China, and in doing so, they were willing to overpay to purchase as much property as possible. And as a realtor at the time, this was mind-blowing. This was the first time I ever saw homes skyrocketing for hundreds of thousands of dollars over the asking price. This fever for housing was driving up prices so quickly that locals couldn't compete, and both buyers and sellers were being taken advantage of. A seller would sell their property for what they thought was fair market value to an investor. That investor would then head back overseas and would flip the property back home, making huge amounts of profit. This all culminated in a Globe and Mail article where they labeled this practice shadow flipping. Cool name. And this changed the real estate industry entirely. We have so many new rules and regulations to protect sellers and buyers from being taken advantage of again. This is the reason why realtors are no longer allowed to represent both parties. All sorts of new taxes were introduced. Since COVID, the overseas foreign buyers have disappeared. People who aren't from Canada still are purchasing properties, but the vast majority of them already live here. We had the highest number of sales in Canada ever last year, 677,000 homes. That was not driven by foreign investors. We did, however, have over 400,000 people immigrate to Canada last year. That is the highest level of immigration of any of the G7 nations. If only 10 to 15% of those immigrants buy homes, that equals 40 to 60,000 new buyers being introduced into a buying pool where there's already a massive shortage in supply. Let's get into why I'm not convinced that this new ban is going to have any sort of effect. There are two major exceptions to the freeze on foreign buyers in this ban. The first one is for permanent residents, and the second one is for students. That's who's buying. I can't speak to who is buying all over the rest of Canada, but in the Lower Mainland, over the past 3 years, every sale that I have had that involves a foreign buyer has been either for a permanent resident or for a student. That's what we want. I am not saying that these people shouldn't be allowed to buy. I think it's the opposite. I think it is a good thing that there are exceptions made for these things. And I am incredibly cynical about this move. This to me feels like politicians who know that there is a large percentage of the population who like to blame foreign buyers on the current state of our real estate market. This is a lot of, hey, look at me, I'm doing something, when in fact, this is gonna have no effect. That's my opinion. You tell me, what do you think? Am I right? Is this a whole lot of politician posing, or do you think this actually will have a positive effect on the market? The good news is the market actually did cool down before any of these new rules took effect. I think next week what I'm going to talk about is how much has the average home dropped in price. If you want to check that out, click the subscribe button so that you don't miss it. And in the meantime, if you want to have a chat about anything to do with real estate, there is a link below to book a time with me. I am always happy to help. Thanks a lot and have a great day.